I farted.
What? What did you say? We're recording. What did you say?
I forget.
You forgot what you just said?
Yeah.
Hello, and welcome to another episode of Steven Goes to the Movies. Once again here with Alan. We both saw the separately the movie that came out last week, Instant Family.
Yeah.
Which I would also probably change the name to PSA, Foster Children, Please.
Yeah, pretty much. Right? It was a real story.
It was so it started with a single line of text based on a real story, and then it ended with a whole block of text. Please, if you consider fostering children, go to this website.
Right. And showed the real family.
During the credits, it showed pictures of like kids and like their parents and
right.
fosters and adoptions and all that kind of thing. By the way, the name of the movie, Instant Family, doesn't make any sense because if you think about the time span of this movie, it took them 8 weeks in this course. Then we see the transition of time, and they mention 4 months, this and that. It's almost 2 more years before they adopt spoiler alert, before they adopt the kids. But that's not an instant family. I felt like
that's just.
But I felt like all the.
That means that it just meant instant. Like one day you're looking at foster kids and then you have them. That's instant.
It's about a middle-aged, middle-class couple who is living the good life, you could say. They golf, they have date nights, they do all kinds of stuff. They don't have kids.
They flip houses, which is totally in, I guess.
For a career, they flip houses.
Yeah.
And just the whole movie is basically about them taking in some children, and then, generic plot of learning to love each other commences.
Right.
I gotta say, I mean, there was some weird chemistry throughout the movie.
Weird chemistry?
Yeah, like the Thanksgiving scene, they introduce family members without introducing them.
Oh, yeah.
There's people sitting around that table, and you're like, who's that? Are they related to them?
Oh, I figured they're all sisters of Rose, Brian's character.
Right, you could assume that, but they don't really, I don't know. It was just little things, and then like the first scene of the movie is them in this house they're gonna flip, and then the sister and her husband come in, and there's just an awkward interchange between them, where like that husband character, I guess
Tom Segura is a comedian.
Tom Segura is like goofy.
I just watched his special today actually, and he delivers the same type of jokes.
Okay. Maybe it works as a
It's
comedy
really dry
special.
humor, yeah.
Maybe it works as a comedy special, but I didn't think it really worked in this movie.
Oh, no? I thought his stuff was funny.
It was okay.
There's a bunch of comedians
the banter
in the whole movie.
But the banter at the beginning just seemed like it was too quick. Like they didn't let us understand there's a repertoire between them to have this kind of like, because you think you're so perfect. And
I got that, like, yeah.
I don't know.
That's like a typical movie thing where, like, one sister has like old chip on her shoulder.
Yeah.
I'm guessing Rose is
there
like
were
the
three
oldest.
of them.
I'm guessing she's the oldest one, and she's probably the middle one, the one that was bitching.
Well, usually you usually think it'd be the youngest that would be all bitchy, wouldn't you?
Usually it's the middle one because they're stuck.
And the youngest is the one who can get pregnant whenever she wants.
Yeah. That's
which apparently is a thing.
Yeah.
That she's like proud of. I don't know.
Well, yeah, if one couple's having a hard time having kids, that you get resentful of somebody that if you want kids and
did you find that there was a little too much religious overtone in the movie? They were always praying over their meals.
Oh, it's typical
and stuff like that.
Christian America to.
I mean, I didn't. It's
not like overbearing. It was just like there.
Was it not overbearing though? I don't know.
It's not. I mean, if you want to watch overbearing, you watch a Pure Flix film. Yeah. That's overbearing.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Is I didn't look into who produced this movie. I was just wondering if there was any reason specifically for some of that influence.
No, I just think they just throw out,
Did you? What did you think about? What did you think about how much they focused on the parent support group and all those parents? Did you feel it was just too many characters?
No, it's just like, cliches. I love how they trashed on that one woman who wanted the.
But again, that was like there's no way there was someone really like that.
Of course, it's just
So, but if it's based on true stuff and it's supposed to be about you wanting to become a foster parent, why would they throw in clearly fake jokey characters
I think
like that.
they just wanted to show, you shouldn't be like this, doing it for the wrong reasons.
So this wasn't really a movie. This was a documentary
We call it
about
documentary.
do's and don'ts.
Yeah,
but then why? You see what I'm saying? Well, why put that in if it's meant to tell you don't be like that?
It was funny.
I don't know.
It was a funny gag.
I don't know.
I thought it was funny, and and it's just also highlighting like people like this maybe aren't the best fit to do. I mean, just like how
people who just want a teenager that's black who's good at sports shouldn't do this. I mean, that's very specific.
Right.
And
well,
then,
I mean, I'm just thinking. I think that it's not like that. It's like exploiting the kid. You shouldn't do it if you want to exploit the kid. That's the same problem they had with the two hillbillies,
the brother sister people, which again was another.
And there's a lot of people that in the foster care system they just exploit it for
the
money and the tax breaks.
Right. Which, by the way, they never mentioned that any of these other couples, like, that was never a thing that they even questioned. Because they meant when the main couple
is supposed to be like positive.
When Mark Wahlberg is sitting there with him and his wife are sitting there talking, and they bring up how the other couple is like they're just in it for the paycheck. You think, I mean, Mark Wahlberg went on a whole thing about the Avatar thing, and I don't want to be the white guy coming in to take care of brown children. But then they mention paycheck, and he doesn't say anything with that. Mark Wahlberg was Mark Wahlberg. Right? Yeah. Every movie Typical. He's in is that same, like, hey guys, let's do it, we can do this.
No, not always.
For the most part. Like,
most movies, the only film that he was, like, totally out of whack was The Happening. But otherwise, he's, like, the same character.
To me, this movie, if you just added a wind that was killing people, would have been him in The Happening. It was, like, the acting style was, like, this. It felt very similar to me.
It's like him in the Transformers films.
I guess.
Which is kind of hilarious because the girl, Elizabeth Moner, was also in the Transformers.
Oh, yeah, right.
She's in the last one with him. So,
but going back to like these like supporting cast, like supporting roles, I didn't feel like they tried to like force arcs on us that they didn't explain.
What do you mean?
Like when they're in that first the first session where they're all being like the first like if do you think this might be for you? Then there's an 8-week course. They have the super religious couple who are like, God told us this is what this is what we need to do, and we pray on things. Then we go to the gay couple who and they start talking, and then it cuts to the religious husband, and it makes they cut to his face where he like makes like a thing like, oh, there's a gay couple, and then he makes a face of like disapproval. Okay. Yeah, it flashes to him making like a disapproving face. Then we move on to all the different couples, yada yada. Mark Wahlberg makes a joke, and makes a whole little speech about dog pounds and rescues and this whole thing. And that's all cringy, and she tells him to shut up and everything. And then they walk out of there, and he's like best buds with everybody. But then at the end of the movie, when they're all like congratulating each other and hugging and stuff, the religious husband guy is like hugging and congratulating the gay couple. But they don't ever. There's never a reason why he changes from like making a face about why he like disapproves of it to all of a sudden he accepts it.
They don't have to explain everything. It's just of course they've been in this group for almost over a year.
It's just forced.
It's forced, but like it doesn't need to be. They're side characters. You don't have to explain their story. What matters is the whole main cast, right?
I guess
it doesn't matter that they had this little plot. Oh, okay, it's just a little cute joke. That's all it is. Throwaway. You don't really.
But what's the joke in the religious guy disapproving, and then now at the end you see him?
The
approving?
Joke is that like time, like you spend time with people, you realize who they are, or like it's a message, just this tiny little message, not a joke.
Boy, I don't know.
I
don't know. I felt like they had all these characters and they show them again, and to me it didn't add anything to the story.
No, it doesn't have to. It's just like just cute little moments.
I guess
that's all it is. Well, I liked it. It's just I didn't think it's like the best movie ever.
I didn't like this movie.
No, you don't like it? It did get a bit anxiety with some of the characters. Well, like the little girl, like screaming her head off. That gave me anxiety. And then that kid with the boy. with him constantly like just grabbing shit and fucking with it, that gave me a lot of anxiety. I know kids like that, and it's just like, why don't you have any common sense? And I get it, they play it up in the film, but like that's kids like that.
Yeah.
And it gives me so much anxiety seeing that.
I thought the two little kids were great in the movie.
They're cute. But honestly, like, yeah, that they played it up too much. I'm like, no, please, I can't. And I think Isabella, she did pretty good. She probably has a career, you know. And Mark was okay, and then Rose Byrne was okay for me.
They were okay.
Yeah.
Like, I'd give it like a 3 stars.
Okay.
You know? I would definitely recommend Green Book over this.
I think this is more family appropriate than Green Book. But I mean, I just think it's still too mature for like, you can't bring your whole family to this movie, to that movie.
I guess.
You can bring your whole family to this, to Wreck-It Ralph, to Grinch. You know.
That's true. I mean, I guess if we're just talking about like family-oriented movies in the theater at this current moment, then I guess
maybe
it
if
would
your
be number
family's
3.
older kids, then yeah.
Then it would be number 3.
Oh, for you?
Well, I mean,
I think it's better than Grinch.
Okay, so it'd be number 2.
For me, yeah.
I'd rather take my family to watch Wreck-It Ralph a second or third time than see this movie.
For sure, you would, but...
Would you not? Like,
no, but there's a family that it's not going to be into animation. They think it's for little kids. There's a lot of kids like that. That it's a little kid.
There are kids who aren't into animation?
There is, yeah. You would be surprised. That think they're too mature for that stuff, and then they'll only want to watch... They'd rather watch a movie like Instant Family.
Oh,
and I think it's good for them. I don't know.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Interesting. So, there you go.
Angela liked the movie.
Oh, Alan went with our friend Angela, and she also liked it. So that's 2 likes to 1 not like.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't like the best movie ever. I'm not going to watch it again, but like it was entertaining for me.
I mean, I'll give it that I didn't like check my watch at all.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
like it didn't feel slow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I think we're gonna see
a couple of horror movies coming out.
And the Apocalypse.
And then the Apocalypse.
And then the Possession film over the thing.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Alan.
Well.
Thank you, everybody. Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Ring the bell.
And have a good night.
Good night. Not farting.
What? What did you say? We're recording. What did you say?
I forget.